Right, before I start this video, for all the people that have wanted me to do a video with Ben, I've actually uploaded one to a new video platform called 1vsp.com. I'll throw a link in the description. You can go and watch the video over there. I've got a whole channel over there. Go and subscribe to it. It's a video sharing platform, and I'll be doing some exclusive content on there. So go check that out, and let's get into this one. What an absolutely bonkers day it has been in English football, and specifically for Moise Caicedo, Jurgen Klopp, Todd Boehly, and the absolute carnage that is going on at Chelsea. Wake up this morning, there's Lavia bids going in from Liverpool and Chelsea. There's a clear sort of like very energetic box-to-box midfielder that is young, that clearly Chelsea are interested in and Liverpool are interested in. I'm pretty certain you're going to see one of them end up at one club and the other end up at another club. Two very good players, two players that I wouldn't mind at Manchester United. I think it might be worth saying. But we woke up this morning and Klopp's got into his press conference, probably with the knowledge that Liverpool are about to make a £110 million bid for Moise Caicedo, which he is thinking is going to go through, which tells me that he's not spoken to the player, which one, is how it's meant to be, but two, that's not how it usually is. So he's gone and got into the press conference thinking this will probably get sewn up, we'll probably get him in. I'm going to have to backtrack on some shit that I said 7 years ago when I was talking about the fact that people spent over 100 million on players and how he would never do that, and he would rather not manage in football than do that. And then here he is out here doing it. Now, he's got some criticism for it, and of course, Liverpool fans and pundits have jumped to his defence and backtracked. I saw one today which blew my mind how mental it was. And he said, because of football inflation, Paul Pogba's deal actually wasn't 89 million, whatever it was that we paid for Paul Pogba. It's actually 130 million now because of inflation, which means that even if Liverpool do pay 110 million for Moise Caicedo, United paid 130 million for Paul Pogba. They're changing history now. They're changing history now. And yes, there has been an inflation in the market of transfer fees, and it does gradually increase over time. Of course it does. But this is Klopp makes out like he's just birthed academy players only, or free transfers, or found little diamonds in the rough for no money. It's not the case. Klopp has spent handsomely. His little net spend champions is because he's living on the back of selling a couple of players for really good money a couple of times. Liverpool have always spent. Liverpool have always spent. They outspent United in the 90s. They outspent us in the 2000s, which not a lot of people want to talk about. And yes, United have spent a lot of money unwisely in recent times. But Jurgen Klopp has spent an unbelievable amount of money. Forget the net spend. Net spend is not relevant. He's spent the money. He's bought the players. He's brought those signings in. And this is a player that broke the world record transfer fee for a defender until United broke it. The world record transfer fee for a goalkeeper. And I got no issue with that, really, because they were both good players that did stuff for them. He had the most expensive English striker in Nunes. And he was trying to complete the set, bringing in a £110 million central midfielder in Moise Caicedo, who I think is probably worth it. I think he's a great player. It's mad that Chelsea are going to have... Oh, how are Chelsea getting around FFP, man? I have no idea how they're doing that. It's so impressive. So Jurgen Klopp's coming out, it's like that 100 million is a bit of a million, is a watershed sort of figure, and it's a crazy amount of money. That's what footballers are going for now, and I don't think it ever is going to revert. It's just continually going, and it's just going to keep getting crazier. And for 30 years, it's been mad. I remember when people were absolutely losing their mind over Ravanelli having 42 grand a week. Fucking hell, that feels like such a long time ago. Jurgen Klopp spent, and the fact that he would have this watershed breaking moment of a midfielder worth over 100 million, like, he still spent that sort of money previously. So, like, I think it's weird that that line comes up now, when, you know, he's had some extremely expensive players in his sides previously. And I think going on record publicly, talking about it, and then getting blown out by the players. Let me just read some of the reports. So it's actually nuts. So in the midst of all of this lot, Moise Caicedo tells Brighton he wants to join Chelsea despite Liverpool making a British record £110 million bid. He was expected to travel to Liverpool today for a fee worth £111 million. Chelsea have been pursuing him all summer and were prepared to pay £100 million. They signed him for £4.5 million 2 years ago. Fucking hell. Is there an asset that is appreciated as much? That is insanity. Absolute insanity. Bayern Munich were prepared to pay 90 million for him. Chelsea prepared to go to 110. Liverpool, come in. Get out of the way, boys. Boom. Big donking. 111 million. And Moise Caicedo goes, no. What is the law of Chelsea? What is the law of that squad at the moment? And actually, I'm going to have a quick look at the Chelsea squad because they've had so many ins and outs at the moment. People are talking about that they haven't got a first-team striker and this, that, and the other. That's nonsense. They have. They really have. And they'll be fine. So in terms of forwards, like Nicholas Jackson, they've got, who is, I think, a very good player. I think he'll be fine with them. They're probably going to get rid of Lukaku by the looks of things, so he probably won't be there. But they've got Ziyech, still could probably do a job if need be. Mudryk, obviously Sterling, and then the midfield, Enzo Fernandez, Conor Gallagher, who I think is probably going to get going. I thought they had more midfielders than this. Chuck Wemmer. There's such a depth of talent here. There's a lot more defenders than you think as well. Levi Colwill, what a player there. Brought Sanchez in as well. This squad is an absolute madness. Very interesting to see what Poch is going to do with this. To be fair, Malo Gusto as well. Man, what a player. What a player. Forgot all about him. There's going to be some madness happening at Chelsea, and obviously we took Mason Mount, which is a great move for us. We paid a good amount of money for him. He wasn't a bargain by any stretch of the imagination, but that Chelsea side's nuts. They might actually try and sign Lavia and Caicedo. Looking at the depth in the midfield there, they've lost so many players. Shit. What formations are he going to play? Now, I guess you only need two. And they've got two. Obviously, they play at number 10. They could easily throw any of them, Mudryks or something, in the 10 maybe if need be. What formation are they going to play here? Nkunku will be back pretty soon, won't we? A couple of months. How are Chelsea going to fit all of these players in? All these fucking defenders as well. Disasi. Colwill. Fofana's injured. How long is he out for? Unknown return. Fuck me. Like Malo Gusto. It's been a funny old day. Where's Moise Caicedo ended up? And it's a shame that United, wasn't he one that Ollie recommended a few years ago for £4.5 million, and he's a literal £100 million midfielder. Well, Bayern Munich wanted to pay 90, two teams have wanted to pay 100, 111. And what happens with Liverpool this year? Klopp's obviously flapping. If he thinks he needs a £100 midfielder, he really needs someone in that midfield, doesn't he? Wow. Anyway, like I said at the start of the video, go check out 1VSP. The link is in the description. Me and Ben have got an exclusive video on there. Go and subscribe over there. It's a different video sharing platform where we'll be doing some exclusive videos. So go check it out.